Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to do the para number 9, Kad Aflaha. Let's to see what this para teaches us. This para is more about success, honesty, obedience to Allah, and the stories of the past nations. It continues discussing the struggles of the prophets and consequences of those who ignored Allah's guidance. Let's to say it in easy way. So we learned from here the true success comes from faith and good deeds. Success isn't about money or fame. It's about having a pure heart, good character, and obeying Allah. Even if we check the same message in another surah, which is in Surah Al-Mu'minun, um, it is Kad Aflah Al-Mu'minun. Successful indeed are the believers. So it means real success comes from the faith. Believers do have the faith, right? Believers do have the faith, they do pray, and they're honest. So, real success came from faith, honesty, and prayer, not from cheating and arrogance. The next one is the story of Prophet Nuh alayhi salam and the great floods. So, Prophet Nuh alayhi salam spent 950 years of teaching people about Allah, but they ignored him, they mocked him. Even when Prophet Nuh alayhi salam built a huge ark, the ship that was the biggest ship of his era, then a massive flood came, and only those who believed in Allah they were saved. Um, if we just to see about it in the Surah Ashura, it teaches us فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَمَن مَّعَهُ فِي الْفُلْكِ الْمَشْحُونِ. So we saved him and those with him in the fully laden ship. Um, so what it teaches us, patience and obedience to Allah brings safety. Like they were not agreed to leave their houses, to leave their land and go into a ship to settle down in another land and to believe the Prophet Muhammad salam. Um, that's why they just too drawn into the flood. Those people who didn't believe the Prophet Nuh, and the people who just to obey Allah, obey Prophet Nuh alayhi salam's teachings and follow him, and they just go into the ship to just to obey Allah's message, Allah's command. They were safe, and this teaches us like Allah's obedience leads us to the safety towards the success, while arrogance leads us to the disaster. Then the story of Prophet Hud and destruction of Ad. If you just to check it, basically, people of Hud was sent to guide, Prophet Hud was sent to guide the Ad people who lived in Arabia. They were strong, wealthy, and arrogant, but forgot Allah and worshipped idols, right? So Hud called them to worship Allah alone. Hazrat Hud alayhi salam, the Prophet Hud alayhi salam called them to worship Allah alone. But they rejected him, mocked him, and accused him of being mad, right? So Allah sent a firestorm, the Adiyat wind, which destroyed their cities, uprooted trees, and killed nearly all. So that is all thing mentioned here, the fire windstorm that lasted for 7 nights and 8 days, destroying everything. So, what lesson we got from here? This story serves as a warning of those. If we just to check the verse of Surah Al-Haqqa, verse number 6, it teaches, and as for Ad, they were destroyed by a screaming violent wind, and Allah sent this punishment as a punishment to them. And if we just do check the lesson we got from here, the story serves as a warning to those who reject Allah's message. It highlights the humility, faith, and obedience of Allah's command, reminding us that Allah is just and fair, punishing those who disobeyed them and helping those who just to obey them and make them successful. Okay, then the story of Prophet Saleh alayhi salam and the people of uh, um, Samud. It is mentioned in Quran like Samud, but if we just to read with the English pronunciation, it's called Thamud. The people of Samud wanted a miracle, so Prophet Saleh alayhi salam prayed to Allah, and Allah sent them a huge she camel as a sign. But instead of respecting the miracle, they killed the camel as a punishment. Allah sent a loud earthquake that destroyed them, right? So um, this story teaches us. Um, This story teaches us when Allah gives you sign, you should respect them, you should believe Allah, not ignore the signs of Allah or harm anyone or anyone. Like if we just to see in the para number 9, the verse number Surah number 13, the verse number 1 is Alif Lam Mim Ra. These are the verses of the book that has been revealed to you from your Lord, the truth, but most of the people do not believe. Um, and if we just to see the signs mentioned and this, actually let's to see what the story of Prophet Saleh alayhi salam. Prophet Saleh was sent by Allah to guide the smooth people who lived in the religion of Arabia. The smooth people were known for their wealth, power, and architectural skills, but they were also arrogant and disobedient to Allah. So Prophet Saleh called upon his people to worship Allah alone, to abandon their idols, and to lead a righteous life. However, smooth people rejected his message, mocked him, and accused him of being a madman. Then, as a sign of his prophethood, Allah sent a she camel from the rocks, which was a miracle. The camel was sent to the Samud people as a test, and they were told to let it gaze freely and not to harm it. However, the Samud people, led by a group of arrogant leaders, decided to kill the camel despite Prophet Saleh's warnings. This act of disobedience sealed their fate, and Allah sent a severe punishment on Samud people for their disobedience and rejection of Prophet Saleh's message. A loud thunderous sound was heard, and the earth shook beneath their feet, and the Samud people were destroyed, and their cities were left in the ruins and left in ruins. And the Quran described the punishment in Surah. And if we check the verse number 73 to verse number 74 of Surah number 7, um, he said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no other God but Him. He brought you forth from the earth and settled you therein. So ask forgiveness of Him and turn to Him in repentance. Indeed, my Lord is near and responsive." So, what we learn from here, the story of Prophet Saleh serves as a warning. Those who reject Allah's message and disobey His commands, it highlights the importance of humility, faith, and disobedience of Allah's will. The story also reminds that Allah is just and fair, and that He punishes those who disobey Him and reject His messenger. And then other message we got from here, the people of Samud, they just to kill an animal, right? And he was an insane animal. He didn't just to harm anyone. And that also teaches us we should just to care for the animals. We just do not harm them. Uh, we should take care of them instead of just to making troubles for them. So that's about being kind to the animals as well. Okay, the story of Prophet Ibrahim and their idols. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam wanted his people to stop worshipping idols to prove they were useless. They broke all the idols except one and told them to ask the big idol what happened. The people realized this mistake but still refused to change. So it's very clear about the story. Like there were so many idols in a one room, and Prophet Ibrahim killed and all of them, like broke all of them, right? They were stones. So Prophet Ibrahim just to broke all of them and leave one of them who was the biggest one, the big idol. And then when people just came to ask Prophet Ibrahim, like, who did this? Um, Prophet Ibrahim said, if you just to consider this idol as your God, and God is the one who knows everything, right? Then ask your idol to tell you who just to broke all of the other idols before him. So they realized like idol made of stone or mud, it cannot speak, it cannot just to tell anything. So the people realized like they were wrong and they were just to worshipping the idols, and it's all um, in vain. It's all in vain to worship an idol. So what happened? Let's to see the next verse. In the next verse, it is mentioned, verse number 57 of Surah Al-Anbiya. By Allah, I will surely plan against your idols after you have turned away. And then the story the moral lesson we got from here, it's only Allah deserves worship. Idols, money, or fame cannot help us, so we shouldn't just do go again for make efforts for them, go for them. The story of Prophet Lut and the destruction of his people. Okay, this story of Prophet Lut alayhi salam warned his people to stop their evil actions, and but they refused Allah and sent angels disguised as humans. And when the people tried to harm them, Allah sent a rain of stones, um, and they destroyed their towns. So we turned their city. Let's to read the verse as well. فَجَعَلْنَا عَلَيْهَا سَافِلَهَا وَأَمْطَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ حِجَارَةٌ مِّن سِجِّيلٍ. So we turned their city upside down and rained upon them stones of baked clay. It is mentioned in Surah Al-Hijr, verse number 74. Surah Al-Hijr, verse number 74. It teaches us disobedience of Allah leads to destruction, and it's never too late to ask for forgiveness. Next one is the importance of prayer and gratitude. That is just to highlighted in this para. The Quran reminds us to pray, thank Allah, and be patient in difficult times. وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ وَإِنَّهَا لَكَبِيرَةٌ إِلَّا عَلَى الْخَاشِعِينَ. This verse we already covered in Surah Al-Baqarah in the previous para, but just given here as a reference. Praise helps us stay strong in tough times. Never forget to thank Allah. And the five pillars are mentioned in para number 9. They are faith about Shahada. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam taught that only Allah should be worshipped. Prayer, Allah reminds us the prayer is the key to success. Zakat or the charity, Prophet Hud and the Prophet Saleh reminded people to be fair and kind. And then fasting, Sawm. Prophet Lut taught self-control and avoiding bad deeds. That also a part of the fasting. Hajj, pilgrimage. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam built the Kaaba, which is the center of Hajj. Let's just see what the final message we got from here. Success comes from the faith in good deeds. Disobedience and arrogance leads to the destruction. And Allah's prophets always spoke the truth, just like people didn't believe Prophet Saleh alayhi salam. Even when people rejected them, they were true. Prayers and patience helps us to overcome our difficulties. That was all about para number 9. I hope you just found it beneficial. Inshallah, we will do cover up the remaining in the next class. Till then, have a good day. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.